that's why I do this for you.
I do this for the kids who sit a bit outside the mix, who maybe cope through humor just to fit in for a bit, who never let the world know when depression's setting in. To all of those who know you, that impression don't exist, and it ain't counterfeit.
This is the street art. Right there.
I flipped it quick, went on to write some hits. This a success, off another breath. This the first step in searching to be nothing less than be the best in what you do to prove the strength in being you. Learn so much in chasing dreams that I never would have.
I want to talk to you about my money. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you will know that in Sydney I ended up broke because I didn't manage my money very well down the East Coast. It was like a fortnightly paid job. So basically I ran out of money on the first week, and I didn't have any money to get me through the second week. A guy that I met in my job allowed me to stay with him. I got about $1,300 for the 2 weeks of work. I took a cheap flight to Canberra where I spent the next 3 months. And because I was working for free accommodation, I wasn't getting paid. Now at the end of the 3 months, I decided to go back to Sydney, so I went back to Sydney and I wanted to give it another shot. Now within the first week, I ended up broke again, and that's what you don't know.
Okay, thanks for an awesome drive, for a 12-hour drive.
So it's Friday the 17th of February now. It's almost 7 AM and we've made it to Melbourne, finally.
Everyone's going to work. We've got yellow cabs like New York City. I'm actually just trying to find some Wi-Fi just now so that I can get my Google Maps out and figure out where I am and where I'm going. But to hang around until about 4:30 this afternoon because the friend that I'm staying with, they don't finish work until that time. But that reminds me, I need to explain to you why I'm in Melbourne. Okay. Alright, so the truth is, when I came back to Sydney, I came back to Sydney with just under $1,000, and okay, probably about $700, and the accommodation that I got, the one that you saw, required $280 of bond plus another $280 in advance rent payment. So overall, I was looking at having to put a deposit down of $560, and that would only leave me with, so I was kind of a little bit bad, and what I did was I paid the $280 because I had to. I paid the $280 of bond before I found out that they needed an extra $280 of rent. So I got there, I paid the $280 thinking that okay, this is it. So I said to them, can you extend it for a week, and then I'll pay you the rent payments next week, which was yesterday that would have been due. And so basically I left yesterday without telling them, so that I didn't have to pay the $280, but I couldn't afford it anyway. So it's not as bad as last time that I ended up broke in Sydney, but it's very close.
So me being stupid, thinking that I could get through the week with $100 and get a job, I don't know what I was thinking. So I was in the shit basically again in Sydney for the second time, and basically what happened was my friend who I'd met in Cairns, she got in contact with me. Wait till this plane goes. She got in contact with me and she offered me her couch in Melbourne. we made it. So I used $65 of the $100 to get myself from Sydney to Melbourne. Within that first week, she actually came to me and said, "Hey Kyle, I'm actually having an operation. I'm now homeless and I've only got $35 to my name. What am I gonna do?" Luckily, it was the Friday that I left, and those 2 days of training that I did the last week, the company paid me for, which gave me about another $150, which allowed me to stay in a hostel for a few days. Now, luckily enough, within that few days, I realized that I had a credit card. I never knew that I had a credit card. For those of you wondering what happened after I ended up broke in Sydney, it didn't end there. I ended up broke in Sydney again, and then I ended up broke in Melbourne before I leave. The reason why I'm telling you all this is because just recently I've came across an article by a man named Jim Rohn. He's a motivational speaker, and he's very simplistic in his approach, but he's very, very, very practical, and everything that he says is very, very easy to put into practice. And he talks about building wealth, and he specifically talks about building wealth when you have absolutely no money.
I do this for the kids who sit a bit outside the mix, who maybe cope through humor just to fit in for a bit, who never let the world know when depression's setting in. To all of those who know you, that impression don't exist, and it ain't counterfeit, it's just a way to counter it. I'm living things I dreamed about, I still encounter it. It ain't something that a
so we just ran.